Well, that's really where it all begins, right? It begins with whether teams decide to go for the rookies or go for the veterans. Yesterday, Shefty was on the McAfee show with an update on Matthew Stafford's busy offseason.
Is Matthew Stafford staying in L.A.? If he's staying in L.A., well, then the Raiders didn't get him. And if the Raiders didn't get him, I think the Raiders would have an interest in Sam Darnold. But what if the Raiders get Matthew Stafford? Then what happens to Sam Darnold? Then there's one less option. So you could see where the tentacles of the Stafford situation reach out and impact guys like Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers.
So there are a lot of quarterback-needy teams, obviously, guys, and all of those are not created equal. There are some that might have more interest in a rookie and some that might have more interest in bringing in a veteran. If you're the Giants, let's start there because Mel and Field seem to go in different directions on this. So, Mike T., I'll ask you to break the tie. If you're the Giants, do you go Matthew Stafford? Do you go move heaven and earth to get a veteran, or are you drafting one of these two kids?
Yes. Why not both? I mean, you need, like, to me, I'm scouring and I'm trying to get as much depth, competition, and talent at that position. If I'm the Giants, after what we've been through over the last several years, I'm trying to get Stafford. I'm trying to get Kirk Cousins. I'm trying to get Sam Darnold. You want to stabilize your franchise. The narrative, Greeny, for the, whatever it is, the last 12, 18 months is Daniel Jones not good enough. Paid the wrong guy. Saquon Barkley, what are we doing there? So let's go get Matt Stafford, who had a great year, 37, probably has a couple good years left. But if you do that, why not, as Field has laid out in his mock draft, if you're Cleveland, a Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, because these guys, especially a guy like Stafford, probably has a year or two left. Certainly Kirk Cousins' Achilles injury hasn't been the same. So I'm trying to do both. I'm stabilizing the position for today, and I'm developing for tomorrow.
And D. Wood, I mean, you brought this up earlier, but it's worth pointing out, Matthew Stafford is going to have a say in all of this. And while I understand that money talks, and if you're him, he's made a lot of money. Doesn't mean you can't always want to make more. But I have a hard time picturing him deciding the way I want to finish is to go join the New York Giants right now.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. You're going to leave Los Angeles playing indoors. You were in the playoffs, took the Philadelphia Eagles to the brink. You got good personnel on both sides of the ball to go to the floundering New York Football Giants with an offensive line that, that can't protect anyone out here. It just doesn't make, it doesn't make any sense for me. I know this whole thing is about money. It's always about money. But at the end of the day, do you want your legacy to end, to finish up in New York with a floundering franchise in the New York Giants? I just have a hard time thinking about that.
How about it, Field? Take me through the decisions these teams are making and how Matthew Stafford, you think, hovers over Giants, Browns. I don't think we've really talked much about that with them because of the finances involved in their situation. But Raiders and the others. Stafford sort of looms over all of this until a decision is made.
Yeah, he's the first domino, Greeny. And, of course, the NFL draft is all the talk right now because we're here in the great city of Indianapolis at the Combine, but free agency is less than 2 weeks away. That means Matthew Stafford could have a new home, not technically until about 2 weeks from right now, but it could happen at any moment. And the minute that he finds his home, it has a dramatic chain reaction on the rest of the NFL. If I'm the New York Giants, I completely understand the allure of Matthew Stafford. And I am not often an advocate for an owner or an ownership group having influence over football decisions. But when the Giants decided to stick with Joe Schoen as their general manager and Brian Daboll as their head coach, everybody understood. That also means they're probably on the hot seat for 2025. But I will be telling those guys, we need to be patient. And the patient way to get this thing going in the right direction for a sustainable period of time is to draft a young quarterback. So if I'm the Giants, I am resisting the veteran quarterback trade urge and instead drafting a quarterback number 3 overall. Meanwhile, I think the Raiders cannot be dismissed here just because while I understand the AFC West is loaded with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh and Bo Nix and Sean Payton, I still think that Tom Brady and Pete Carroll specter is very appealing to a quarterback like Matthew Stafford.
Mike T., finish it up.
Yeah, I disagree with Field. If I'm the Giants, I want to get a veteran. I need to stabilize this franchise. I could still develop a quarterback, but the narrative has been so bad for so long. Bring in some credibility like a Stafford or a Cousins and then build from there.
These are the things that start getting figured out pretty soon. Meanwhile,
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.